Okay, here we go. Ball one of day two. Everyone is in position. Sexton is on strike. We will take a look at the field after the first ball is over. After the first ball is completed. Alright, here we go. Ball one. Comes into bowl. And down the leg side and dot ball. So the field is slip, third man on the fence, then there's deepish point, a orthodox cover, mid-off, mid-on, mid-wicket, and then there's square leg and fine leg both on the fence. So 3 on the fence. Mid-off is kind of deep. Everyone else is saving one, and then there's the one catcher, which is the slip. Comes into bowl. And Sexton is bowled. Well, that was a very big risk. That you have a great, awesome day come last week, and then you just can't get back into your rhythm. You can't figure out how you did it all last time, and in the end you just go out without advancing your overnight score. And that is exactly what's happened to Kane Sexton, out for 111. So we've seen the first wicket after just 2 balls, and that is the first wicket for the Research Eltham Collegians. They should be quite pleased that they've started off the day in such good work. So there walks out Kane Sexton, dismissed. So, according to our records, this is William Jones. So, the first wicket down at 229, a double century opening partnership. And let's just have a look. Alright, here we go, the third ball of the day's play. Comes into bowl. And it's down the leg side, dot ball. Comes into bowl and defends it, and it's going down to the third man region. They've got 1. So here we go, Connie Bear on strike. Let's see if he can not do what Sexton did and actually advance his overnight score. Comes into bowl and works onto the leg side and thinks about a single, but the keeper is too good. So last ball of this first over, back. Comes into bowl. And it's an edge down to third man. It's a missed opportunity for the catch, and they've got 1. They're going to go for 2. And they get 2, so Connie Bear advances his overnight score. A top edge missed by the keeper in first slip. 2 runs there, which means the score is 232 for 1. Okay, so this is the 40th over, the first over from the Watkins end. Comes into bowl and defends it. Comes into bowl and defends. Comes into bowl and plays in a miss, tries to tuck the bat inside the body, but misses. So this new batsman coming out at number 3 so far has been very cautious, very defensive. Comes into bowl and defends. Comes into bowl and defends it again, back to the bowler, dot ball. So the field is, there's only one fielder on the boundary, saving the boundary, is on the fence, that's fine leg. Everyone else is saving one except for Slip and Gully, who are the catching. Comes into bowl and it's an edge down, missed by the first slip, the diving first slip, drive to his right. And that's the end of the over, so 4 runs off that over. 236 for 1. So this is the 41st over now. Comes into bowl. And it's a good ball, a nice full Yorker, but Connie Bear is up for it. He digs it out. Comes into bowl, and it's down the leg side and the keeper secures it. So the only runs that Connie Bear has scored today was the top edge that was missed by the keeper in first slip. So he has yet to advance any sort of confidence or aggression thus far today. Comes into bowl and drives it, and it goes into the gap between cover and mid-off, and it beats the running mid-off, and that's 4. Though that is the first attacking shot by Connie Bear today, and it was a glorious cover drive in the extra cover region, and despite the best efforts by mid-off, could not stop it. Excellent, excellent batting there. Comes into bowl, and again down the leg side, and the keeper does secure it.
Come on, Horn.
Comes into bowl. Oh! Was that an inside edge or not? Hit would have gone down the leg side, so no LBW and no appeal, even though hit him reasonably in front. So good bowling there. Comes into bowl. And driven, and again it beats the gap, this time between point and cover, and it dribbles out towards the boundary, and the cover fielder is chasing it. The cover fielder can't make it. It's 4 more. We've got the second boundary here, and another wonderful, wonderful shot there by Connie Bear. He is continuing on from where he left off, so that's the end of the over. Comes into bowl. And defends back to the bowler. Comes into bowl. Oh, plays and a miss. So this number 3 batsman certainly not looking as confident as Connie Bear. So with only 1 wicket down, Diamond Creek have a lot of batting to come and have some very talented batsmen lower down the order. This could be a very long day. Oh, what was that? Seemed to hit the body. It was he was swerved out of the way, thinking he would let it down the leg side, and then I think it hit him as then it dribbled to the keeper for a dot ball. And they've increased the aggression, so they've got 2 slips and a gully. Research Eltham are on the attack. Comes into bowl and blocks it, and they're going to get a single, and the fielder at cover goes for the throw, but they get it. So that was a nice little tap and run there, a nice little bunt, and because the cover fielder is probably, I'd say, 5 meters back than what you would normally expect to save the 1, it meant that a push into the covers gave the batsman enough opportunity to go for the single, and a much more defensive field for Connie Bear. Comes into bowl. Oh, inside edge into the body. So the second slip has moved out into a mid-wicket, and so now there's 2 fielders on the leg side saving 1, mid-wicket and mid-on, and on the fence there is the deep backward square and extra mid-wicket slash cow's corner area. Comes into bowl and late cuts it, but bottom edge, and it gets not taken cleanly by the slip, and they are able to come back for 2 because the ball went down into the 3rd man region. So it's 247 for 1. So, comes into bowl and down the leg side. So much more aggressive with the number 3 batsman on strike. Comes into bowl and is unable to get on top of it and hit it down and sort of pokes at it. So 2 slips, gully, point, cover, mid-off, mid-on, mid-wicket, backward square leg. Everyone's saving 1, and then there's the 2 slips in the gully who are attacking. Comes into bowl. Ooh, plays and a miss through the gate. Research Eltham definitely trying to take advantage of this situation by going after the number 3 batsman before he gets his eye in. Comes into bowl and drives it. A very confident drive to cover for a dot ball. Comes into bowl and tries to work onto the leg side, and it's fielded by the combined efforts of mid-wicket and mid-on. So no one is on the fence. The gaps are fine leg, third man, and then if you're really good, extra cover, and then exactly square leg. And tries to work it again onto the leg side, and this time mid-off is the one who fields it. So, it's a maiden. Still 247 for 1. So, Connie Bear is on strike, and they're bowling from the Watkins end, right arm fast medium. Comes into bowl, and it's a full toss, it's a low full toss, and it's driven through the gap in extra cover. There's no hope of the cover fielder saving that one. 4-4-4. What an amazing shot by Connie, but obviously it's a bit of advantage when you get given a juicy full toss. A nice low full toss at the shin height, that's just perfection. And he took advantage of it, and he drives it. This time it is to cover, and it's a quick single. Very nicely done by Connie Bear. He is not afraid of giving the strike over to his partner at number 3, despite having not done much yet, which shows very good attitude by Connie Bear. Much more aggression for the number 3 batsman. Comes into bowl, and oh, it's going to go for a quick single. No, they don't. Try to do the same thing he did last time by pushing it towards cover, but this time cover has moved up at least 2 meters from where she was previously, which is why she was able to charge in and stop the quick single from happening. Comes into bowl. Ooh, those are the ones that probably this batsman has the most difficulty of dealing with, because he's trying to walk towards the ball and stretch out his arms to reach it, and so when the ball is short of a length, he simply cannot do that, and he doesn't have the footwork to adjust to playing off the back foot, and so he just kind of swings at it off the front foot, looking a bit silly. And it's an outside edge, and this time the second slip fielder dives and secures it. No runs down to third man this time. Good stuff there. And the infield on the offside is just creeping in. They've come in, all of them have come in at least 2 meters. And then they walk in very aggressively. Not so much on the leg side though. Comes into bowl. And plays it a miss. Again, he was committed to the front foot and he couldn't swap over to the back foot. So, it's 252 for 1. This is the 45th over. Comes into bowl. Oh, tries to work it down to third man, but bottom edge. Comes into bowl, and again tries to work it down to third man. This time it's successful, and the point fielder has to walk around to a backward point region to take it. So another run there for Connie Bear. Very, very sensible, mature batting there. He's clearly got a very good head on his shoulders, Connie Bear, even if there are a couple of technical weaknesses in his in his batting style, he certainly knows how to construct an innings and how to take on a fielding team. Comes into bowl and hits the pads, but it's going down the leg side for a dot ball. So this is the 7th over of today. Comes into bowl, and it's a drive, but Point fields it, so another dot ball. First slip, second slip, gully, Point, cover, mid-off, mid-on, mid-wicket, and then square leg is pretty much square. Comes into bowl. Oh, it's an inside edge onto the leg side, and mid-wicket takes it. It's been a very good partnership between these two. They haven't allowed the wicket of Sexton to allow this innings to crumble to pieces. They've actually been building up quite a nice little partnership so far. Comes into bowl. Oh! And that is definitely this guy's weakness. Short of a length, and he does not know how to play it. So 253 for 1. Comes into bowl and drives it, and it's in the gap between Point and cover, and the cover fielder runs around and she cannot make it. Another boundary. Awesome stuff from Connie Bear. He's just like, he loves those half volleys and those full tosses where he can really get into the cover drive area. He gets a little bit difficult when the ball is at the body. He doesn't look as comfortable. He always tries to stay to the leg side of the ball. Comes into bowl and works it, tries to work it down to third man, but fielded there by the gully. Dot ball. Research Eltham need to try to target Connie Bear's body and make him try and jump over towards square leg in order to get him to play dumb shots. Right now, just bowling outside the off stump is just going to feed the gun. And it's a big slog shot, and it is 4. And it's rolling down towards the car park, and it is stopping. Yep, it stopped. And the fielder is very, very slowly walking to collect it. Well, that was a slog shot by Connie Bear. He didn't try to get to the pitch of the ball. He didn't try to control it. He just got underneath it and slogged it across the line. Comes into bowl. And a drive shot, and it beats the fielder at mid-off, and it's racing down the straight hit area, long on area, towards the playground. 4 more, right towards the swings. Another glorious, glorious, glorious shot by Connie Bear. He is just batting so well. It's quite scary. Like, there's no reason why he can't just keep going like this. I mean, so far he's been batting very, very smart, very, very sensibly. Comes into bowl, and it's a wide. There are now 3 fielders on the fence, long on, cow's corner, and then deep backward square. Comes into bowl, and it's a big slog shot again, and it's 6. A huge 6 near the toilet block area, and the fielder is dawdling about to collect the ball, and that was another one of those shots similar to the boundary he scored earlier in the over, where he didn't try to completely get to the pitch of it, didn't try to get underneath it, but he just backed his arms, his eye and his bat to send it over the boundary. Comes into bowl and drives it, and this time cover fielder collects it. She had to do a lot of work bending her knees in order to not allow the ball to get underneath her. So 19 runs off that over. It is 272 for 1. This is the 47th over of the innings and the 9th of the day. Comes into bowl and it's a Yorker, and he digs it out for a dot ball. So still a long way to go before the drinks break. We're basically halfway through the first quarter of the day's play. And drives it, attempts to drive it, but it hits the toe, and it dribbles for the cover fielder for a dot ball. 2 slips, a gully, everyone else is saving one, both on the off and leg side. Comes into bowl, and it's a full toss, and the batsman very sensibly just pushes it back. Now, this batsman has been struggling with the ball short of a length, where he doesn't get on top of it, and instead he tries to he stays underneath it, and he sort of pokes at it. Comes into bowl, and like that, and they're thinking of, they're going to go get a bye. They do get a bye. Was that a bye? Yes, that's a bye. So the thing to do is to have at least one short cover, maybe 2 short covers, and then bowl short of a length. The batsman won't be able to get on top of it, and he'll sort of poke at it, and you've got a chance of getting a catch. Wow! Now this is a defensive field. Everyone is saving the boundary except for first slip. So you can't get more defensive than this. And it's an inside edge, and Connie Bear is going to go for the quick single, and the fielder at mid-off has no chance of stopping that. So a single there. Yeah, so the chances of an edge carrying off this number 3 batsman seem very unlikely. Right now, the possibility of getting him to poke something into the short cover region is your best bet, and Research Eltham are not going for that move. Comes into bowl, and it hits him on the toe, but it was going down the leg side. So that is the end of the over. It is 274 for 1. Alright, so I've just received word that the batsman at number 3 is Whedon. So it is Whedon. Ryan Whedon is out in the middle right now, as it goes down the leg side for a dot ball. This is the 48th over of the Diamond Creek innings, and the 10th of today. So Ryan Whedon, we've previously seen him open the batting and bat lower down the order, and he bowls some leg spin, I believe. So he's come out number 3 so far. Been very watchful, very conservative. Whoa, it's an inside edge, and it's going down to the fine leg region, and it's rolling, it's over the diamond field, and the keeper has to be the one who secures it. And another record there for Bradley Connie Bear. 150. Quite a monumental feat. And so he scored the 39 runs he needed in just 10 overs. Comes into bowl, and it's a big wild whoosh. So, on average, you would face half the balls. So after 10 overs, that's 60 balls, so on average you would face half of them, so 30 balls, and he needed 39 runs to score 150, so on average, we don't know the full stats, but on average he would be scoring more than a run a ball. And it's a low full toss, and it's driven, and it's going to the long off fielder, and they get one. And Connie Bear lost his hat. Now, with Whedon on strike, they're going to go on the attack. Comes into bowl and leaves it alone. Comes into bowl. Oh, tries to play an aggressive cover drive but misses. So, it's 277 for 1. New over from the challenger end. Comes into bowl and defends it. So you see like that, did you see that? So Connie Bear had to play a defensive shot, but he wanted to stay on the leg side of the ball, and so his body sort of stiffened up and it jolted towards the leg side. That's why you've got to target his body and not give him the room to swing his arms about and play on the offside. You have to try and take advantage of that weakness of his technique. Not like that. And he drives it, and they're going to go for a very comfortable... No, they're not going to go for a comfortable one. They were thinking of 2. So, 1 run there. As long as you bowl it outside the off stump and allow Connie Bear to drive or to cut or to slog sweep, there's no reason why he can't continue his innings on for much longer than already has. So, again going on the attack for Whedon, but again not having anyone in front of square. And drives it, and fielded by cover. So the 3 attacking fielders continue to be first and second slip and gully, and everyone is saving one in front of square. Comes into bowl and blocks it, and it dribbles out and fielded by Point with his boot. And there are some ducks right next to the camera. Comes into bowl, and it's a full toss, and he pokes at it, and it goes to the fielder in cover. The ducks are scrounging around looking for food, but I don't think they'll find any because it's been a very dry, hot day. I don't think there's going to be any bugs on the surface. Sorry, ducks. Comes into bowl, and ooh, leaves it alone. It's 278 for 1. Okay, so this is the 50th over of the innings and the 12th of the day. Still at least... Comes into bowl. Oh, it's a slog sweep. And it's 6. And it slams into the picket fence. What an awesome, awesome shot there by Connie Bear. He has such strong arms. Like, that is not his body weight that is using that. That is all his arms and his bat. Working on the upper arm strength for completing those shots. And it's another one! And it's 4. Down to the toilet block area. And the fielder is just dawdling. Maybe to just catch his breath after all this running around he's had to do. very loud ducks. They're, you know, they want to join in my commentary. Sorry, ducks. Comes into bowl. Oh, it's an inside edge, and it goes down to the fine leg region. And the keeper has to do most of the running. And 4 more. So, it's 14 runs off the over so far. The fielder's on the fence. Deep backward square, mid-wicket, cow's corner and long on. There are 3 fielders within the space of 40 metres. Comes into bowl and pushes it, and they're going to go for a quick single, and there's no one there that can stop that. The bowler eventually jogs after it, and they get the 1 run. So with these 15 runs, it means the score goes into the 290s. Comes into bowl, and down the leg side, and the fielder at backward square leg gets it for a dot ball. They haven't changed the bowling yet. Have research Eltham Collegians. We've still got the same 2 bowlers that have started the day's play. Comes into bowl and leaves it alone. $293 for 1. This is the 13th over of the day's play, and it's the 51st over of the Diamond Creek innings, and those are the ducks that have wandered onto the field of play. Comes into bowl and pushes it, and they're going to go for a quick single. There's no one there. No! Wait! They decide to go against it. Connie Bear changes his mind. Maybe he's thinking he wants a piece of this bowl and he doesn't want to give away the strike. Does he have some sort of plan in mind? Let's find out. Everyone is on the fence except for first slip. Comes into bowl, and it's a big slog. And they do jog for 1 this time. So, and now they've got to change the field. So everyone was on the fence, like standing right next to the cones, except for the point fielder who was like 5 metres in. So pretty much the most conservative field you could ever have. Comes into bowl. And it's a slog, and the bowler jumps up and takes it securely. Comes into bowl, and it's a big slog, and it's over the head of most of the infielders, and the mid-off fielder has to run around, and he could not take that catch. The ball was too far away from him. So despite a top-edged shot by Whedon, he gets away with it, and he gets another run, and Whedon is just doing what he needs to do. He's not giving away his wicket. He's not looking like he could be dismissed at any moment. He is conservative and secure as possible, which gives Connie Bear the assurance that he doesn't have to worry about him at any point, so we can concentrate his attention on what he's doing. And works it down to the 3rd man region, and the 3rd man fielder jogs around, easy as you do. Another run for Connie Bear. Right now, Connie Bear, if he continues the scoring at the rate he is scoring right now, he could reach a double ton before the lunch break. Comes into bowl. Ooh, and it's a misfield by the keeper. And it's going to be Bizz. And it's going down to the straight hit area. And they get 2 byes there. $298 for 1. So, bowling from the Watkins Street end. This is the 14th over of the day and the 52nd of the Diamond Creek innings. Connie Bear is on strike. Everyone is on the fence on the leg side. Everyone is saving one on the offside. The keeper is up to the stumps, and we've got a slip and a gully. And it's a change of the bowling as well. It's the leg spinner. And it's a big slog into... And it's a misfield. They're going to get 2 there. He was not able to take the ball cleanly, was the fielder. So another run there. Connie Bear stays on strike. What a defensive field. There's 4 fielders on the fence on the leg side, between mid-wicket, square leg and long on. And tries to play something fancy down to short third man and misses. So there we go. Long on, cow's corner, mid-wicket and square leg. 4 fielders for just the 1 shot. Whoa! Hoo, hoo, hoo. Well. So, interesting stuff here. Obviously, Connie Bear knows the shot that he wants to play. Also, there's a mid-wicket in place, which means Connie Bear just can't bunt the ball onto the leg side and steal a single or even run 2. So he has to play the slog shot if he wants runs on the leg side. So, it's all going to come down to this 1 shot, this one... Oh, yeah, leaves it alone. Very good judgment. If Connie Bear falls into this trap and throws his wicket away here, then he will very much regret it. There's a huge gap at extra cover and point. Oh, it's a big slog. And it's hit the commentary box. In fact, it hit one of my water bottles. Comes into bowl. And it's driven through the extra cover region, and the fielder at mid-off secures it. $305 for 1. So this is the 15th over of the day, the 53rd of the innings. Comes into bowl and leaves it alone. So that means that there should be 3 overs to go before the drinks break, and by then Diamond Creek might have added as much as 100 runs for the first quarter of the day's play. Comes into bowl and it's a top edge. And 2 runs there, so it was short of a length. Connie Bear tried to play the pull shot. It was a top edge. It went down to fine leg. The fine leg fielder decided to play it more defensively and wait for the ball to spin rather than charge in and try and take the catch. And in the end, Connie Bear was able to run fast enough in order to get a second. So he retains the strike. Comes into bowl. And it's a full toss, and he drives it. and they're going to get one, and yeah, because cover is all the way on the fence. So 1 run there. And now Whedon is on strike. Whedon has stayed out here this whole time. He came in at the very start of the day, and we're coming towards the first completed hour of the day's play, and he's still in. He's still on the single-figure score, but he's done a very, very good job for his team. Very proud. Should be very proud of what he's done so far. And he's out. Well, he tried to play a big wild shot and failed to make contact. So that is the end of Whedon, which means the score is 308 for 2. The second wicket has fallen. And can't see Whedon anywhere because everything's being blocked, so we can't actually see. There's Whedon walking off the field. He was a very good partnership, nearly worth 100 runs. Was 70 or 80 runs. Very nice partnership with Connie Bear there. He's definitely made his contribution to the team. So the second wicket has fallen. So we'll just have to see who this batsman is. I think it might be Jones. Comes into bowl and works it onto the leg side, and the fielders at mid wicket and mid on, and there's a misfield. The fielder at mid on does not take it cleanly, and they get 2 there, so he's off the mark. Comes into bowl and plays it down to the leg side, and there's no one on the fence, and that's 4 runs. What an awesome shot. And that's the end of the over, and that is the drinks break. So we've taken the drinks break early here, and so there go the players walking off. Let's see, 4, 8, 9 runs off that over, which means the score goes to 314. 314 for 2. Connie Bear and walking off. Wait. Or is that the declaration? That is the declaration, okay. Was not expecting that. But anyway, well, now we'll just have to see what's going to be happening in response. So the score ended up at 314 for 2 with Connie Bear not out. So with that, we've got nothing left to do now but to take a break, and then when we come back we will see the research Eltham Collegian response. So we'll just have to see. So I did say during the pre-game show that there were a whole series of variables at play. What would the Diamond Creek batting do? What would the Diamond Creek captain do? What was their plan? And now we know. So they haven't piddled away their great opportunity in being bowled out for a 300. They haven't batted on the entire day and scored 600. Instead, they have done the most aggressive thing possible, which is declare, which means that most of the Diamond Creek batsmen do not get to bat, and instead the goal must be to win this game. Either win this game on first innings by such a margin. And yes, I have gotten confirmation that that was T. Jones, who came in for 2 balls and scored 6 runs. So, 314 for 2 is the declaration, and we've got the remaining overs left in the day to see what will happen, either to win on first innings by a whopping margin, or outright, so to get all 10 points. So there's nothing left for us to say except for to take a break, and so we'll bring you a nice montage, a nice video, and then we will see you after the break with the remainder of the game. So we'll rejoin you after this break. This is Channel 8, the local sports network.
Snooter don't care what you ate for dinner. Snooter don't care that you're not a winner, no. He just snoots. Snooter don't care what you tip your waiter. Snooter don't care that you're a player hater, no. He just snoots. Snooter don't care what you think about him. Snooter don't care that you sometimes doubt him. He just snoots and snoots and snoots and snoots and snoots and snoots.
Wait, I'm not done yet.